Hi there. Welcome to the new course of Forensic Accounting, which we offer for the first time in SUNY Plattsburgh. I am Dr. Sami Garas, and I teach here Advanced Accounting, Accounting Information System and Auditing, and I'm so glad to offer this course for the first time. My office hours during this course is going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 12 to 1:30. And the course will be conducted in Moodle site. I'm working on the site. When it gets ready, I will let you know. My plan in this course is to show you the process of forensic accounting investigation. First of all is to explain to you the ethics and the compliance rules. And then we go through the process of forensic investigation, starting by collecting evidence, making interrogation with the victims, and trying to assess the damage, see how much is the value and the damage. And we go through the litigation and the court cases, and also the service of expert witness. And finally, we take big shot on the cyberspace, where we go through the digital crimes. And I find this course is really exciting. What you need to know to join this course and feel comfortable is the basics in financial accounting. So when I talk about financial information, you know what I'm talking about, but I'm not going to use any of the information you covered in previous classes, except the financial statements. With this in mind, I'd like to tell you that in this course, we will be focused on the rules and regulations of forensic accounting plus. We will use technology throughout the course. So I'm going to use IDEA software and iLabs from the EC Council. So you need to know that this course is not only assignments or quizzes, but we are going to go through cases. And the textbook, I'm going to use it in this semester, is Forensic Accounting and Fraud Examination, 2nd edition. This book is available right now in the bookstore, and I highly encourage you to make the order for the textbook today, because we are going to take 9 chapters from this textbook through the whole session, which I feel it's condensed. So it would be good if you get the book early and start navigating the book to make sure that you are familiar with the book. There is no code for the book, so any resource you get the book from, that should be fine. There is some quizzes and assignments. I'm going to put it on Moodle, but you must get a copy from the textbook, and I don't care from where you get it. The prerequisite knowledge for this course, as I said, is the basics, like Introduction to Financial Accounting would be good enough for you to handle the course material. I will not go through all the procedures in the course, but you can easily read it in the course syllabus, which I will send it to your email shortly. But what I need from you is to remember all the time, when you send me emails, please give me 1 day to answer your emails. We will be going through the holiday season. I might be busy, but I will do my best to answer your emails within 24 hours. So I appreciate your patience. What are the items that we are going to take during the course, or the assessment tools? First of all, as I said, you need to get the book, read the chapters. I will upload some presentations and videos to explain the material. But for each chapter, I will put on Moodle site a quiz. This quiz has mainly 15 questions, multiple choice. You can see them highlighted here. And I will give you 1 week to answer this quiz. So the good thing about the textbook, it will help you to understand the material to do well in the quizzes. So I will give you all in all 9 quizzes, because in the textbook there are 16 chapters. I will take only 9 chapters from chapter 8 to 16. For each chapter, there will be a quiz. So throughout the course, you will take 9 quizzes. And out of these 9 quizzes, I will drop the lowest 2. So if you didn't do well in one of the quizzes, if you missed one of the quizzes, please don't worry, it will not affect your final grade. Plus, in the textbook, at the end of every chapter, there are 2 types of cases. One case under a title called Fraud Casebook, and I will show it to you now. And I will give you 9 fraud casebooks. And the good thing about the casebook, it is short and it has direct questions. So let me show you here. Like, this is a good example of a casebook in a chapter 1, which I'm not going to take it. So I'm showing you the question that you expect in the fraud casebook and the answer. So in a chapter 1, for example, is giving a case about Bernie Madoff, and you might know about his scheme. And he is asking 6 questions, as you can see them on the screen. If you would like to read them, you can stop the video now, read the questions and the answers. But you can see that the answers are very short and direct. So I will give you at the end of every chapter the casebook which is mentioned in the textbook. So going back here, the fraud casebook here, it will be mentioned at the end of every chapter. All in all, I will give you 9 cases. And as I said, each case is focused on one of the corporate scandals, and each case has 6 short answer questions. They are direct. What you need is to read the case, answer the questions. It should take about 15 to 20 minutes to do the case. All in all, you will get 9 cases, as I said, 1 for each chapter. Again, I'm going to drop off the lowest 2 cases. So if you missed 1 chapter, or if you didn't do well in the 1 chapter, don't worry, it's not going to affect your final grade. What I'm going to do is I will upload the questions of that case on Moodle site. So what you need to do, you read the case in the textbook, you go to Moodle, you put your answers for the case, and then I will grade it. The case will be opened for 1 week, so you can read it during the whole week and you can answer. On the other hand, there are another category in the textbook called brief cases. Brief cases, although the name is brief, but it's not that brief, because let me show you here an example. The brief cases is like this one. Here is a good example. First, I give you a scenario, which is mentioned in the textbook. Then you have 3 questions. Here is 1, 2, and 3. But in each question, it doesn't ask for a short, direct answer, but mainly for your opinion, for your analysis. So you can see the analysis here. Maybe it's a short paragraph or a long paragraph or a long one like this one. So in the brief cases, you might give me your opinion or your analysis on financial data that would be mentioned in the textbook. So here you need to be aware that we will have 2 different types of cases at the end of every chapter: fraud casebook and brief cases. And you will have 9 of them, but I will drop off the lowest 2. Then let us go to IDEA project. IDEA is a software that I'm going to use it in this course. And here is the screen of IDEA. It's similar to Power BI and Tableau, but IDEA is different from Power BI and Tableau in analyzing the information. We use it in auditing and the fraud investigation and forensic accounting. So I will give you a project on IDEA, but here in the course syllabus, it will give you the steps on how to download IDEA. The project will have 3 phases, and I will send you the guideline for the project soon. But you need to know that this project will have some data, and you run some analysis on the data. Then you make a screenshot from your analysis, upload it on Moodle along with your analysis. Then I will grade it. The only restriction for IDEA that it doesn't work on Mac, so please make sure to have Windows. And here you go for the first link where you can download it. And then you click into this hyperlink so you can join my course. So I created my course on IDEA. So you have to register in my course, and then you start working on the software. I will send you the data that you are going to use in IDEA and the project guideline very soon. But when you download IDEA, you need to check your Office on Windows, whether it's 32-bit or 64-bit. And how do you do that? You go to Word or Excel or Access, anything on Microsoft, and then you go to File tab, then you click on Account, then you check about Word or about Excel or about Access button, and then you read the first line. It will tell you whether it's 32-bit or 64-bit. If it's 32-bit, please make sure to download IDEA from this link. If it's 64, download it from that link. So this is for IDEA. And again, I'm going to send you the project guideline later. But I need you to download IDEA today, if possible. So if you have any problem, we can reach out to IDEA team and ask for help. So later on, when I give you the data, you don't consume your time on downloading the software. The other thing is the iLab. What is the iLab exercises? These are 2 modules. I use it from computer. One second. Yeah, it's computer hacking. Yes, it's computer hacking forensic investigator, this certificate under eCouncil. It has 9 modules. But what I did, I got a permission from them to use their iLabs for my class. So I selected 2 labs to use it in our class to give you an idea of the software and the technical work they do it when they make investigation, especially on data type. So here in this iLab exercises, we will have 2 modules. The first one talks about data acquisition and duplication, and I will mention it in the project guidelines. So I'm going to make a single guideline about the iLab exercises, where you can see how to download it, as it shows here on the steps, and how to do the exercises. In the first module, there are 6 exercises. In the second module, there are 3 exercises. What you need to do is to go through the screen instructions, and then you will have access to their virtual machines. So you go through the instructions and make the instruction on the machine, and then you will see how they make analysis for the data to make an investigation. So this is for the iLab exercises. I'm so excited about this one. I did it myself last week to show the value of information that you will get through these exercises. And I strongly encourage you to browse all the material on the iLab so you can understand how they make investigation on the data. Okay. So as I said, we will have quizzes at the end of every chapter. Fraud, casebook, and brief cases, IDEA project, which will be on 3 phases, iLab exercises, which will be 2 exercises, large one and a small one. And then we will have exams. Exams are the easiest part because the questions you will see it in the quizzes is exactly the same question that you will see in the exam. So for every chapter, there is a pool of questions. I'm going to use it for the quiz. And from the same pool, I will give you the midterm and the final exam. The midterm will cover 4 chapters. The final exam will cover 5 chapters. And this is the reason you see the final exam has slightly higher score than the midterm. So how many questions I'm going to put in the midterm and the final? You can see here that I will have 50 multiple choice questions in the midterm and in the final. So in each exam, you will see 50 questions. The good thing that most of these 50 questions, you might have seen them in the quizzes. And the time of the exam will be 75 minutes, and it will be on Moodle site. So you could say it's an open book exam. I will give you the time frame to answer the exam, and then you have to answer it in 1 attempt. So please remember that those are the items that we are going to go through it during this semester. So there is no assignment, there is no class participation, but only quizzes, cases, project, exercise, and exams. Then let us go through the timeline. And this is the reason I made this course syllabus very early, and I send it to you very early because the timeline is very condensed. In week 1, we will cover 2 chapters, chapter 8 and 9 from the textbook. And you might wonder why I start by chapter 8, not a chapter 1, because from a chapter 1 to chapter 7, we discuss it in fraud examination course. But this course doesn't talk about fraud examination so much about forensic accounting. So if you would like to know more about fraud examination, you can easily study the first 7 chapters. But starting from chapter 8, this is the section for forensic accounting. And I put it here in chapter 8, you need to answer quiz 1, which I will put it on Moodle. Fraud casebook, which you read it in the textbook and you will answer it on Moodle. The brief quiz book, the same. You will read it in the casebook, in the textbook, and then you submit your answer on Moodle. And then you need to install IDEA. I encourage you to install IDEA now. Don't wait until the semester begins, because you won't have time to install it. You will start working. And you can see in chapter 9, I expect you to submit the first part of the project at the end of week 1. So if you download IDEA now, you start browsing, you start working on the project, it will be easy for you to do it. In the second week, we will make chapter 10 and 11, and you will have 2 quizzes, 2 casebook, and 2 brief cases, and you have to submit the second part of IDEA project. In week 3, you will have a chapter 12 and 13, and here you will have also quizzes, cases, but you will make phase 3 of IDEA project, which is running a report at the end of your project. And here we will have the midterm exam. And as I said, the midterm exam will cover 4 chapters, 8, 9, 10, and 11. It means chapter 12 and 13 will not go in the midterm. But in week 4, we take a chapter 14 and 15, and here you start working on the iLab exercises. You need to complete the first iLab exercise and submit your answer. And in the last week, you will do chapter 16, and then you complete the second iLab exercise. And the final exam will be on a chapter 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So you can tell that the coursework here, it's quite condensed, but honestly, I enjoy it because it puts your eye on real world experience in forensic accounting. So if you get a hire in one of the association or agency that deals with forensic cases, you will have a good understanding of what they do in forensic accounting. Finally, if you need to know something about my background, I have my PhD back from Switzerland in 2010. I have 9 professional certifications, and I have done a lot of research, which you can read it at your ease time. And I have been nominated to get Open SUNY Online Teaching Ambassador last year, and I'm so proud of that. So this can give you an idea about who I am if it's your first time to meet me. Again, I am so glad to see you in this class. Wish you all the best. If you need anything, please let me know, and I will keep making more videos, share it with you in the future, and wish you all the best. Take care. Bye-bye.